The Life and Sad Ending of Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen was born Bruce Frederick Joseph Springsteen on July 23, 1949, in Long Branch, New Jersey, U.S., to Douglas Frederick and Adele Ann. His father, Douglas Frederick Springsteen, worked as a bus driver and was of Irish and Dutch ancestry. His mother, Adele Ann, worked as a legal secretary and was of Italian descent. He has an older sister, Virginia, and a younger sister, Pamela Springsteen. Bruce was raised as a Catholic. After being inspired by Elvis Presley's performance on The Ed Sullivan Show, he wanted to become a musician. His mother saw his potential and encouraged him. He bought his first guitar for $18.95 in 1964. It started his lifetime affair with the guitar. The nickname, Boss, stuck with him for his task of collecting the band's nightly pay and distributing it among his bandmates. In 1965, he became the lead guitarist in the band The Castiles. He would later become the lead singer in the band. The Castiles recorded 2 original songs at a public recording studio in Brick Township, New Jersey. He started performing with various bands. In 1970, well-known San Francisco Examiner music critic Philip Elwood gave him a compliment by depicting him as the most remarkable composer. Starting from 1970, he tried to form various bands that didn't turn out well. In 1972, he signed a record deal with Columbia Records and released his debut album, Greetings from Asbury Park, NJ, with his New Jersey-based colleagues, who would later be called the E Street Band, in January 1973. The album had critical success and so did their second album, The Wild, The Innocent and the E Street Shuffle, released in September 1973, but had little commercial success. Crawdaddy magazine's editor Peter Knobler interviewed him in 1973 and remarked, saying he sings with a freshness and urgency I haven't heard. Boston's The Real Paper music critic John Landau saw his performance at the Harvard Square Theater in 1974 and commented that Bruce Springsteen is the future of rock and roll. In 1975, Springsteen and the E Street Band began a show at New York's Bottom Line Club. It became so popular that the Rolling Stone magazine recorded the event as one of the 50 moments that changed rock and roll. Also in 1975, his third album, Born to Run, catapulted him to fame. It peaked on Billboard 200 at number 3. He was on the covers of both Time and Newsweek magazines simultaneously, something that previously happened only with world leaders. In 1977, he returned to the studio, after a 2-year legal battle with former manager Mike Apple, and produced the album, Darkness on the Edge of Town, released in 1978 and became a turning point musically for his career. In 1980 came the release of The River. The album sold well and he followed up with the album Nebraska, which had critical success but had little commercial success. Springsteen came back with a bang with the release of the album Born in the USA in 1984, which sold 15 million copies in the US alone and had 7 top 10 singles. It became one of the best-selling albums of all time. Born in the USA sold 45 million copies worldwide in 1984, becoming one of the best-selling albums, with 7 singles hitting the top 10. After the huge success of the Born in the USA album, he released a more calm and sedate album in 1987, Tunnel of Love, which included songs about love lost and the challenges of love, after the breakup with his first wife, Julianne Phillips, which was attended by 300,000 fans. The albums released in 1992, Lucky Town and Human Touch, were also popular, Human Touch being the most popular of the two, hitting the number 1 spot of the best-selling albums in the UK. In 1994 he won an Academy Award for the song Streets of Philadelphia featured in the film Philadelphia 1993. In 1995, he released the album The Ghost of Tom Joad, which was mostly a solo guitar album and was inspired by Journey to Nowhere, The Saga of the New Underclass, a book by Pulitzer Prize-winning writer Dale Maharaj. Springsteen was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1999. After being apart from the E Street Band for several years, they reunited with a successful tour which ended in Madison Square Garden in New York in the year 2000. In 2002 he released the first studio album with the full band in over 18 years, The Rising, and it became a critical and commercial success. In 2005 he released his third folk album, Devils and Dust. It was followed by We Shall Overcome, The Seeger Sessions in 2006 and Magic in 2007. His 16th album will be released on January 27, 2009, and is called Working on a Dream. In 2008, he sang Working on a Dream with Scalfa in support of Barack Obama's presidential campaign. He performed at the halftime show at Super Bowl 43 on February 1, 2009. During the years to 2012 from 2014, the singer released 2 albums titled Wrecking Ball and High Hopes. The 2014 album, High Hopes, consists of covers performed by Bruce. In January 2016, the River Tour began in support of The Ties That Bind, the River Collection, box set. Chapter and Verse, a collection from Springsteen's career dating back to 1966, was released in September 2016. In September 2016, Springsteen performed for 4 hours and 4 minutes at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania as part of the River 2016 tour. It is his longest ever show in the United States. The live album, Springsteen on Broadway, was released in December 2018. His 19th album, Western Stars, was out in June 2019. In personal life, he married for the first time at the age of 35 to actress Julianne Phillips. The marriage helped boost her acting career, but his traveling took its toll on the marriage, and the final blow came when she found out about his affair with the American singer, songwriter, guitarist Patti Scalfa. Their marriage ended in 1989. He then married Patti Scalfa on June 8, 1991. They had lived together since the separation between him and his first wife, and they had a child before they married. They have 3 children together: Evan James Springsteen, Jessica Ray, and Sam Ryan Springsteen. Probably, right now is his worst time when his health is slowly deteriorating. Thank you for listening to the story about the life of Bruce Springsteen. Like and comment on your opinion in the comments section below.